It's the Slam Dunk.
Okay, Chris Hipkins is utterly shameless, totally and utterly shameless when it comes to the government lifting the foreign buyer ban on houses over $5 million. 99% of New Zealand house transactions will be unaffected by this. That's the fact. The current market will not feel this in any way, shape or form. He's not saying this. Hipkins is whipping it up. But still Hipkins. It's still saying the wrong things. He's making this up. It's not the truth. Here goes.
Christopher Luxon's made his priorities clear. He's rolling out the red carpet for wealthy foreign home buyers, while New Zealand home buyers are struggling with the rise of cost of living and seeing the prospect of home ownership rapidly evaporating in front of them. I think it shows that the government's priorities are just wrong.
What a load of shit, and here's why. Last year, just 0.2% of all New Zealand houses sold for over $5 million. There were so few, I've got the number, just 152 last year. 152. Even at the market peak, it was 0.4% of all house sales in New Zealand. So 77,000 house sales, 152 of them were over $5 million. It's a non-event, this policy. But Hipkins is desperate to make it what it isn't, and says if he was Prime Minister, it might be hard to reverse it without breaching free trade agreements. Again, not correct. He sat in a government that brought in the foreign buyer ban. He did that without breaching any free trade agreements. He could easily reverse it. Why be so non-committal? Because he's likely to drive away foreign investment if he reverses this.
We'll have a very close look at this in government. One of the challenges is under a lot of our free trade agreements, once a change like this is made and buying Kiwi homes is opened up to foreign home buyers, it'll be very difficult to reverse without breaching some of our trade agreements, the consequences of which could be quite significant for New Zealand. It's another reason why the government are wrong to make this change that they're proposing to make. They're ultimately going to be potentially opening up New Zealand homes to foreign home buyers in a way that will be irreversible.
Let me remind you again, it's just 0.2%. Let me remind you that, 0.2%, 152 homes out of 77,000. It will have absolutely no impact on the housing market here in New Zealand. A bit like the ban has had little impact on the wider market here. Just 0.2% of houses sell for over $5 million. It's a top-end, rich person's thing that the rest of us aren't involved in at all. It's just 152 homes of 77,000 sales. You're dealing with winners of lotto. No one will notice in the real world it's been lifted except for the few foreigners that do choose to buy here when they invest millions in New Zealand. And they're investing millions in New Zealand. Why would you turn that down? Why would you say, we don't want you here, we don't want your money? It's ridiculous. We need foreign investment. It brings wealth and jobs. Why would we turn it down?
The Labour Party's position is crystal clear. Kiwi homes should be for Kiwi home buyers.
Oh, Chris, they are. 77,000 homes will sell. Do I have to say this again? 150 million. 150 will be over 5 million. 150 homes will be over 5 million. That's it, Chris. Tell the truth. It's a different market. Anything under 5 million, foreigners are still banned from buying. Tell the truth, Chris. But these wealthy guys, they bring money, jobs and businesses here. We want those opportunities. Without foreign capital, we're toast. Does Hipkins not want foreign investment? So no foreign money, no foreign investment, no coal, no gas, no oil. How will this guy pay for anything? Foreign investors bring money and opportunity into New Zealand. Former Labour MP Stu Nass has championed that in government and on the outside. He says actually lifting the ban will keep the rich in New Zealand and their money, and that's good for jobs. What is Hipkins suggesting here? What's he saying? For the sake of a few of them buying houses. Come on, Chris. We're not competing with them. We will never compete with them. Stu Nass says they will simply leave New Zealand if they can't buy houses.
It's not going to make one iota of difference to the housing market. But I do think, and you know, I've lost about 4 clients recently because they couldn't buy a house here. And I was talking to a global investor migrant company, and they said, you know what, people come to us, we talk about New Zealand, and we advise them, global people advise global investor migrants, don't go to New Zealand, you've got to invest $3 million US and you can't buy a house. So this will make a difference for them. But in terms of the housing market, not one iota of difference. And so, but Labour's come out against us because it said it would. Shows how out of touch they are.
Sure, they might be, but Hipkins is now riding the wave of a broken economy that he was part responsible for creating. But Chris Luxon is being held to account for failing to fix it. And National and Luxon have slumped to 29% in the latest Roy Morgan poll. That's poor for a first-term Prime Minister. He's in trouble. And his party knows it. Folks, Luxon and National are in trouble at 29. Now, I know you're going to email me and say, oh, you're an arsehole or you're a prick for bringing this up and you're attacking Luxon. I want him to do better. He's got to stand for something. Do they roll him at 29%? Do they roll him at 27%? When do you start to say, hey, this guy's not the guy? I've already said that they should do it. What could go wrong? 29 won't get them back. It's a howler of a result. Their poll numbers continue to soften, and Hipkins continues to go up, and he's done nothing and stands for nothing. He's riding the cost of living crisis. That's all he's done. He's created this emergency through the cost of living crisis, and he created this problem through policies of largesse when he was in government, and he's released no policy. He doesn't have to. It's a free ride, isn't it? But it won't and it can't last, surely. What we have here is rapidly falling house prices, which is bad for politicians. People no longer feel wealthy, and they want to blame someone. And it's landing on Luxon's desk. It doesn't stack up, though, does it? And people have to let it out somewhere. We have people lacking confidence, and where they let it out to is Luxon. They blame Luxon. Businesses lacking confidence, they blame Luxon. Luxon's seen as ineffective, and Hipkins is picking up easy support, doing nothing. He's not saying what Labour will do. He's got no idea. As soon as he does, they'll probably be unpopular. Once he does say what they're going to do, their poll numbers can only go down. This will catch up with Hipkins. He can't be an empty vessel forever. The left-wing radicals in the party will want their pound of flesh on tax. They're soon about to make their biggest mistake. Just wait, be patient, and it will happen.
Editor-in-Chief with Duncan Garner.